Okay, today I am ready to trim this bamboo handle teapot and try to assemble the spout and then attach the small hanging handle here so that the later on after fire I could put the bamboo handle over. I have the different sizes of handles, so I can choose the one that is fitting after fire. Okay, this is gonna shrink a little bit more, so after fire I will choose the right one to fit into the bamboo handles. So that's the my plan is gonna do. Trim first, trim the body, and then trim the lid to fit, and then trim the spout, and then attach to it, and then attach the handles here. Before I trim, I like to show you how I make my handle for the bamboo to put it in. So I will have a small piece of clay and then a roller coil. So to roller coil, and also you want to see that the size of the clay that will be fitting in here, the little holes here. First I will carefully roll the coil, and if you are worried about not going to be very easy to roll it evenly, here is a trick. You can use a hand to roll it roughly, and then you can find another bed. Okay, you're gonna roll it on a piece of wood so the clay doesn't stick to the surface. And then you can find another piece of a bed, and then you just roll it here. So you will be rolled it more evenly this way. Okay, so that's the rolling coil for the handle. And now I want to put a little bit of texture before I bend it. So after roll it, I try to put some texture on the handle. I'm using a plastic knife from fast food store. Just make some. A little bit texture on the surface, and then I'm gonna twist the handle a little bit, and then cut into smaller pieces. Okay, so these two pieces will be my handle for the bamboo. So I slightly bend it and let it sit on the side for the duration of my trimming. And then when I'm finished with my trimming, I'm ready to attach to it. So put it aside. Okay, two pieces. After detail trimming, I spent quite some time in trimming this lid to fit the body, and now I'm ready to assemble the spout. And so I will spend more time talking about how you will trim the spout to fit the body, and so you will know how I do it. So before I started, usually I put the spout behind, okay, from the angle. Put it behind so it will cast a shadow, so that you know roughly where you are going to cut it. So that's the first thing that you want to do, and then you want to see where is the location of the spout, because usually for the teapot, the spout, the opening here should be almost the same height. Okay, so that's the rule for a nice looking teapot and also for the function. So that spout, the height, the tip of the spout, and that the opening should be almost the same level. Okay, so first I will see where I'm going to cut it roughly, so I can draw a line. And then I use a very sharp knife. My number 7 is a good knife to do the spout trimming. And after I roughly cut it, I place on top of it and see how it goes, and see which spot is a little bit not even, and I can trim a little bit more. Okay, I can still see a little bit gap there somewhere. So doing the very fine tune, you could use a hacksaw blade teeth, and you can use that to fine tune. So you can remove a little bit clay here and there. And if you find some spot that is a little bit too much clay, you can just use the teeth to remove. Fitting the spout is very time consuming, so you want to do a very good job making sure that everywhere is contact very well. So after I remove the clay, this is almost done. Okay, so that's the location of that spout that I will put it on, and then I'm holding both pieces together, and then use a needle tool to draw where the attachment should be. So here there's a roughly, I know where the contact should be. Okay, and then I will punch holes so that the if you people are using that to serve tea leaves without a tea bag, this will be the filter. So I usually start with the top for 2 opening here, so I can roughly use the back of the hole puncher to make the location. So 2 there, and then from there I give a roughly idea where the hole opening should be, so right in the middle of each one. And after finding the location, I'm using the other side, the sharper side, to cut the opening, cut the holes. And then score where the spout was going to attach. Splash some water. and then a slip. And slip on my spout here. And when attaching the spout, you need to apply a little bit more pressure. Okay. Then I try to secure the attachment. This is the tool that I got it from a fast food store. It's a plastic knife, and then I just use the same paper to sand it down so this part is smooth without any teeth, which is very good to smooth the contact. Push and squeeze the clay a little bit. After attach the spout, then now I'm ready to cut the tip of the spout a little bit slanted. So I'm spending quite some time to make sure the spout is the right angle, and you can see maybe from this angle, the spout actually is a little bit slanted, meaning this side it's a little bit higher than this side, because the way I throw the handle is on the wheel, so the clay has memory, and during the fire, its memory will twist the spout back, so the spout is gonna twist this way, okay, this way. So after the spout twist, this part will be lower and this part will be higher, so to compensate that, so I trim the spout a little bit angle. Right, and then this I showed you earlier, the handles. Now I'm ready to attach the handle. Let me punch a hole here. People ask me why you need to punch a hole, because my lid is very tight, and if there's no hole here, the air pressure is not going to, because the whole thing is sealed, so the liquid inside is very hard to pour out. So with this hole, it helps the liquid to pour out from inside. That's when you have a very tight lid. You see that my lid is very tight. It's 100% tight. So if you have a very tight lid, then you need to have a hole here. The handle is not attached yet. I'm just finding the right location, and since the clay is still soft, so I could push a little indentation here. Okay, so I will let the handle sit there for maybe 5-10 minutes, so the body was going to draw more water from the handle, and then I will attach it. Okay, now after 5-10 minutes, I'm ready to attach the handle for the bamboo handle. First, I use a brush to add some water to where I'm going to attach it. And then apply a little bit of slip. Also the slip on the small clay handle. making sure I apply pressure when attaching two pieces of clay. Pressure is important too. And then I will use a back of a drill bit, that size, to compress it further. Okay, so that's the initial attachment, and then I will come back and smooth the joint later. Okay, just let it sit for a while I'm doing the other one. Okay, so I'm coming back to smooth it further, especially there's a little small gap there, and I'm kind of blending the clay together. So also for the inside part of that handle, I will put a small tiny little bit of a coil to reinforce it, because the two little hanging ear here, it needs to be very strong because all the forces is right there on the handle, so you want to do a very good job on attaching those two little pieces. So I'm rolling a tiny little coil, a little bit water. So let it sit for a couple minutes and then come back and smooth it. That way the this handle will be much stronger. So I'm coming back to take care of that, the inner part of the coil that I added using just the needle tool. Okay, so the finished piece, the overhang bamboo handle. Later on, I could put a bamboo handle here at the fire. Adding this kind of handle is not as easy as it seems, because these two little handles should hold the whole way. So it's very important that you want to do a good job on attaching these two handles here. Otherwise, if that is not strong enough, the whole piece collapses. So just take your time on to better job to finish attaching it. Okay, so thanks for watching.